That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
Welcome back, World Wide Web. Welcome to the Hangin with Web Show. If you haven't yet done it, go down and hit subscribe for us. Click the little bell, come back over and over again. We've got artists, authors, filmmakers, creative minds of all kinds on the Hangin with Web Show. We are at Tampa Bay Comic-Con in Tampa, Florida, at the Tampa Bay Convention Center, right on the bay. Right on the bay.
View out here.
It's beautiful. And we're hanging with author Rod Martinez, the creator of Who is the Gray Man? Who's the Gray Man?
But wait, just a minute. I'm Christian Basel.
Nice to see you. What's that?
Forgot to introduce him.
That's Christian Basel.
Just in case you...
And that's Rod Martinez.
He's on a roll. I'm not... I didn't want to derail the train.
We're just rolling. That's Christian Basel. That's Rod Martinez. He's the author of Who's the Gray Man and Other and Sundry. This is an award-winning creative author here.
Okay.
All right. Rod, how are you, man?
I'm doing good.
How's the con going for you?
It's incredible. It's bigger every year.
We've got a copy of Who's the Gray Man here. Just give us the book blurb on that.
Book blurb. I write mostly middle grade fantasy, fiction, and stuff like that. And Who's the Gray Man is an urban legend that I created in a small Florida town. And if you see the Gray Man, you will surely die. And that is the fear of the Gray Man.
That's a bad thing.
And I think I saw him around here, so you better watch out, man. I don't know.
You never know. It's
running one of the food
Comic-Con. You
carts.
can see any number.
You'll see anybody here.
Yeah, you can see anybody here. What inspired this character, and what made you want to tell kind of an urban myth?
Actually, funny, the true story about this is that I have a friend who actually told me that her grandson had an imaginary friend that he called the Gray Man. And I thought, who's the Gray Man? Right there. I was like, okay, that's a book right there. So I just went right for it. Right? That's how writers think. It's just like that.
How long have you been writing?
I've been writing pretty much all my life, but I didn't get serious till about 2009. And I can tell you that story. My son, we're watching the Goonies one day, and my son says, you should write a story like that about me and my friends. I thought,
because
yeah. So I thought, okay, but based in Tampa. I'm like, all right. So I did that, and it became my first published book. I'm like, okay, I think I can do this.
Wow.
I think I can do this. So
that is fantastic. Yeah. How many books now?
How many books now? I've probably got 15 maybe out there. And how long have you been doing this? I've been doing it seriously since 2009.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it's a constant.
That is
fantastic. It's a drug now, so I can't stop it.
Now, and you write mostly sort of middle level.
It's middle grade and young adult, mystery, paranormal, scary, funny.
Scary, just all stuff mixed in. You know.
I grew up on the Twilight Zone in Marvel Comics, so you know.
Okay. And that's how you make a creative writer. So now. 15 titles, are they part of different series?
No, that's I have some.
Standalone?
Yeah, summer series. Like this is a standalone title. I'm here, by the way, at Comic-Con because at 2:30 I'm moderating a panel of authors talking about this. So we're going to have a room full of people that want to write to just listen to writers talk about writing, and they'll throw questions at us. So it'll be fun. Yes. We do this every year.
That you know what? It's always good. It's good for us as creative writers to have people ask questions, because there are a lot of things that we do in our creative process that we don't think about.
Right.
Until someone asks you a question, and you have to think, how would I tell another writer to do that?
Right.
And so, what were the biggest challenges to you starting out? Like you said, you know, kind of watching the Goonies and inspired by that kind of a story. Sitting down at the keyboard, what were the biggest challenges you faced in beginning your creative writing career?
Beginning writing, really, I don't have a challenge as far as writing. My challenge is always the re-edit and edit stuff afterwards.
Yes, that's, you know, in college, I remember over and over again reciting the mantra, writing is rewriting.
Right.
Everything we write is subject to rewriting. Yes. And so, as part of that process, are you small press published or independent published?
Small press, independent, and self. So I mean, I'm like
all across the board.
all three, Because there's so many books coming out. It's like I can't wait. So let me just get this one out myself.
Now, what attracted you to middle grade fiction?
My son. Because that whole idea of the story, I just started doing that.
I kind of thought so. But
I can't pull out of middle grade now, so it's easy and fun to write. It's just so easy.
I was going to say, now, do you find that challenging, or is it simple for you to kind of? Because it's hard for us to sometimes to step into the minds of our youngsters.
Right. Yeah, for me it was easy because when my son was in middle school, he's in college now. When he was in middle school, I was the parent that did all the field trips and hung out with the kids and took them to Busch Gardens, took them to the beach. So while I'm hanging with them, I'm listening to them. And I just kind of got the vernacular and kind of got how the kids think. And
it's always interesting to be the ghost in the corner while kids that age are talking.
Right. They have no idea that what they're saying is being recorded in your head. So.
That's right. No, or that you even hear it sometimes.
Right.
And you can't believe what you're hearing. You're sometimes like, what?
Yeah. Even silly stuff like you're in the car and they say like, "Can you believe what Andy did with her hair? Oh my gosh!" I'm like, I'm putting that in there, you know, because
wow, man.
Let's put a tape recorder in his room. You got years of material.
Yeah. Some 15 titles later.
Yeah.
From that 2009, I Can Do This.
Yeah.
Okay. Most rewarding experience as a writer so far?
Most rewarding experience for one, Comic-Con, they invite me every year now to do this, which is awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
And I do a lot of book talks in schools. Schools call me, and I do a lot of writers' conferences. So.
What are the kids thinking when they read the material?
The kids are awesome because, like, I remember when I first wrote this book and I walked in and I said, okay, I have this book called Who's the Gray Man? And I mentioned what it was about, and they're like, so I'm like, should I leave a copy of this in the school library? Like, yes! And everybody in the school wanted a copy, so it's you know, this is going to be a title the kids will pick up, they'll want to read it, and it might entice you to make a sequel, who knows?
Oh, wait. What's your son's favorite book?
My son's favorite book is the first one, because that's what inspired the whole thing. So,
what's the title of that first book?
The Juniors.
The Juniors.
Yes.
All right, man.
And that's a series, so.
Yeah, so you're at Comic-Con, you're doing a panel. You're going to moderate a panel on writing.
Right.
Okay.
Which that's something that always surprised me, because when I first heard about this, the first time I came, I was invited to come and be on the panel. And I thought, you're at a Comic-Con, who wants to listen to writers talk about writing? Everybody. You have artists, you have people dressed up as Spider-Man. Why would you want to do this? And I get there and the room was packed. And I was like, wow.
My first set of panels, I did a panel on web talk show, web filming, okay? And then they invited me as a writer. I did a fiction panel, and then they invited me and said, we have a panel talking about fiction in the Star Wars universe. We'd like you to be on it. And I thought, well, I'm a fan, and I'm a writer, but okay, I'll do it. And I got on the panel, and it was right here in Tampa Bay at Necronomicon. And I got set on the panel, and sitting next to me was Timothy Zahn. And all I did for an hour was say whatever he said. He's the guy. What am I going to say that's going to, tell that?
Yeah.
But it's always amazing to hear the questions that people have for you about the creative process. To you and I, it doesn't seem like a mystery.
Doesn't.
You sit at the computer and this is what you do, right?
Right.
But getting inside your head, it's something that the fans really want to know. How their favorite characters are created.
Right. How did you come up with that guy? Is he real or
Is he real? Is it based on somebody you knew in school or all of those things? These are great questions to have.
So, having been on a panel, what's your favorite panel moment?
My favorite panel moment is usually near the end when it's like questions and answers. And normally you have a bunch of adults, but then you have a kid there, and the kid will ask you any kind of question about writing. And you answer the question and you see that look on their face, that like just light bulbs, like I can do that, because I always tell them like, you don't have to. I say don't think of don't write something about a wizard kid with a lightning bolt. Don't do a guy that got bitten by a radioactive spider. Think of something creative, or hang out with your friends and your cousins. What funny thing did they do last summer? That can turn into a story, and you say that and they go, and that's how you create writers.
It is great to see, like you said, the light in their eyes come on when they're inspired to do something. Because one of the hardest things, when kids first start writing in that junior high level, right? They always go to the go-to.
Right.
What do I know? What have I read? What have I seen? And at that age, they're not quite conditioned yet to understand that every story we tell, from Spider-Man to Harry Potter to the Gray Man, is all about us as people.
Right.
And so whatever you know from your friends and whatever, there's a story in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And if there wasn't, believe me, what were you going to tell Dan? You were going to make something up.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
you
one of the things I love about when we do the panels, and especially when I go out to do Doctor Who panels, you'll have that one or two people who came in and go, I don't know anything about what's going on. And then those are actually where I turn the panels to try this. Okay, my goal is to make that person.
Right.
I know everybody else is in the room, but I'm going to get them involved to get them to bring it in. So I do love that influence.
That
because you inspire that influence.
Right.
You take it to them, and when they feel like they're a part of it, they're interacting.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
it is. You know, people think that the creative arts process, and when you sit down to write, they think, hey, that's solitary, man. That's what Rod does. That's him.
Yeah.
But it really is a give and take.
It is.
It's a collaboration with your readers.
Right.
And in your case, that's got to be a fun collaboration because middle school minds are amazing.
Yeah. I love doing book talks is my favorite. I'll do anything else, but book talks, just having a room full of kids and talking and seeing those faces just light up like that, that's the next Rod Serling. That's the next Stephen King there.
They probably are, too.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming down the pipe?
Yeah, where are you going to be?
I'm working on a story called The Vanishing that I'm hoping will be a great one. It's based in Florida, of course, also. So just one of those Predator meets X-Men kind of things.
Book number 16 coming out. Coming to a bookstore near you really soon. We're going to put links down below. We got to wrap it up. As we do, we're going to say thank you to our partners and friends. We're going to say thank you to Something Unique Magazine and Space Coast Comics. Christian, you want to say thank you to anybody?
We got it. Famous Faces and Funnies. Yvonne Mason with Off the Chain, Pound the Great.
Yeah,
and our new friends also in Orlando from Embellish FX. You've got to check out their store in downtown Orlando. If you're a cosplayer and you're serious about it, you got to go down to that store.
That's right.
They got everything you need.
We've been here at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. We've been hanging with Rod Martinez, the author of Who's the Gray Man, and at least 14 others. So check the links down below. Get these books. Check them out. Great stuff for the kids.
Yes.
Great stuff for the middle schoolers and young adults. We're going to sign off. As we do, we're going to remind you, please hit subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.
Great, man. That was awesome.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, man.